Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So, did you
hear about the new multiplayer mode for Breath of the Wild? It's a real thing, just not on the Switch or the Wii U. Some enterprising modders created the mode on PC using a Wii U emulator and posted proof on Reddit over the weekend. As part of the proof, they showed off screenshots of two Links. One showed them side by side during the starting sequence, the other showed one on a horse and the other looking jealous. Wow, come on, Nintendo, hire these guys instead of, suing them or DMCAing them, and let's get some Zelda multiplayer.
As if you needed more reasons to play Zelda Breath of the Wild after the release of the Tingle outfit, members of the mod community Fooni are working on a co-op mod for the game.
The mod is being developed using a Wii U emulator for PC and currently only works on a single PC with local controls. There's still a lot of things that need to be figured out, explained Reddit user Slash, such as how inventories are going to work and the logistics of two players completing the game's shrines.
I wouldn't hold your breath on this one either, as it sounds like it's still a long time away, with one of the developers saying it could take years. Not to mention Nintendo's penchant for shutting down fan-made projects. What do you think of this one? Would you play a multiplayer Breath of the Wild? Let us know in the comments below.
And get this, somebody actually made a multiplayer mod for Breath of the Wild on Cemu. How crazy is that? The idea of this is pretty freaking cool, and now I am in the process of setting up this Wii U emulator on my PC.
It seems like everyone is talking about the new Zelda Breath of the Wild multiplayer mod. Everyone is so excited and are either trying to get their hands on it or offering their help in the development of the mod. And I can't blame them. The screen caps really look amazing. So with many questions of my own, I decided to reach out to Fooni, the creator of the project. I was able to get her to sit down and chat with me, and we discussed the multiplayer mod screen caps that were posted so that I could learn more about the project, and hopefully find answers to some of the questions that I've noticed many of the community are also asking. Unfortunately, this was only a text chat session, so instead of me reading all of Fooni's responses, I'll be using a text-to-speech bot to hopefully keep the interview a little more lively. Hey Fooni, thanks so much for joining me. So, as you know, hype for the Zelda Breath of the Wild multiplayer mod has exploded since you posted the first batch of shots. I'm seeing huge media outlets all over the net talk about it. The Know, GameSpot, GameRant, Destructoid, Eurogamer, as well as a bunch of other YouTubers, but information seems to be extremely limited. There's only so much that screenshots can tell us, and it seems that all of the media outlets are regurgitating the same info. It looks like none of them really thought of interviewing you properly to get the entire story. Of course, this is why I've reached out to you myself in hopes of answering some questions. So let's get right into it.
Okay.
Can you tell me what inspired this project?
What inspired this project was the Ocarina of Time multiplayer hack back in Project 64 emulation, for those of you who were around then.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I know that there were a few other multiplayer mods out there for what were originally just first-person games. I've also seen the Mario 64 multiplayer mod, which also looks like a lot of fun.
Yes, I've played the Mario 64 multiplayer mod on Dolphin emulator with my nephew and we both had fun. It was a fun cooperative experience for an old game.
So I have to jump right into it and ask you about those amazing screenshots that you posted of the multiplayer mod in the Regenerate Discord server. Of course, originally you posted 2 sets of photos, and then you recently followed up with a third screen cap, which showed a third player on screen. It got a lot of excitement from people since it showed Ocarina of Time Link facing off against Dark Link. So what can you tell me about the photos that you posted, and can you follow up with answering how far into development you are on this?
The truth is, these pieces of screenshots were made very early as concept arts to share and give ideas for modders. Take it as an example of what the game will look like if there was another player Link side by side with player 1 Link. Imagine how both players will feel and excited when they both begin from the resurrection chamber and explore the game with their own interests and sharing discoveries of what they can do. As for screenshots specifically, the first screenshot in the chamber with 2 Links was meant to depict the excitement of 2 players just starting off in Breath of the Wild as a cooperative experience. Then we see the next screenshot that shows player 2 Link cannot ride player 1's horse. This screenshot is showing to players that they cannot use each other's stuff when they are exploring. A horse is an example of that. The third screenshot showing Dark Link intervening both of the players was meant to be an enemy and not a third player. The Dark Link screenshot was supposed to depict the players that they are not alone and Dark Link can attack both of the players at any time during gameplay.
Oh wow, so contrary to what all the big media outlets are saying, this isn't exactly in development yet.
That is right, this project was not in development, but rather was in the planning phase, which needed a lot of research and testing whether or not it will work. I posted the screenshots to share within the Cemu community only to inspire devs and modders and be excited of the possibility. I already knew it was possible since it worked on some of the past emulators. As the Cemu emulator grows and continues its development, I think we'll come closer to doing similar things on Cemu. What happened with the screenshots was once it was posted outside of the Regenerate and Cemu Discord, it was quickly spread all over the internet and gaming news websites caught wind of it and they all started making news about it.
Wow, the power of media, eh? They're not exactly practicing due diligence in terms of research in order to uphold journalistic integrity, are they? That's really disappointing to hear that there's no official demo planned for release, but I have to follow up and ask. I think it was either on Discord or in the Cemu subreddit that I saw something about you using two Cemu clients. Can you speak more on this?
Yes, the two-player screenshot was meant to show or inspire developers and modders on how a two Cemu client would sync with each other through the Socket API, which was implemented in Cemu version 1.8.1 and with a modded game copy of Zelda, Breath of the Wild. I barely scraped the surface of starting development on it myself. I wasn't able to run two Cemu clients with my limited PC specs. Both of the games would freeze or load a long time with as low as 2 to 4 FPS for both of the clients during gameplay. I think the main reason for the cause of slowdown was due to shader caching and the limitation of running both clients at the same time, which causes very high RAM and resource usage. This is why I think it will be nice to see what professional developers and modders can do with better hardware or specs and the skill sets for development.
So at this point in time, it sounds like you'd really like to see others bring this project to life then? Or would you like to see this project head into the future? How long do you think it'll take before Cemu advances to the point where developers and modders within the community can really bring this project to life to rival other multiplayer mods like the one for Mario 64 and Ocarina of Time?
That is correct. I would love to see others to really bring this project to life. The experience and joy of seeing multiplayer for Zelda, Breath of the Wild have been on my mind for a while now, which was why I took those screenshots. I would like to see this project expand in the community in the future so others can input their opinions on it with shared ideas and goals. How long do I think it will take Cemu to reach and bring this multiplayer mod to life? It will take many years, but it is not to say that if someone were to start developing today and formed a dedicated team, that I would give it a 4 to 5 year estimation. It could be sooner, if it were to rival the past multiplayer hacks and mods. I think the multiplayer project for Zelda, Breath of the Wild would be better in results considering what we've seen from this community so far.
It seems that you've been pretty tight-lipped until now. I imagine that the explosion in the gaming news circles have been both exciting as well as a little intimidating for you.
Yes, it is true that it's been very intimidating. I've had a lot of people asking me the same questions and asking for demo downloads. So it's been very overwhelming, but I'm very glad that so many people are interested in the idea and I look forward to seeing where other developers and modders can take the concept in the future.
Fooni, thank you so much for taking the time to sit down with me and speak openly with me about this. I really appreciate the opportunity to share the story behind the story. And that's where we ended the interview. Again, I'm feeling a little disappointed that there won't be a working multiplayer mod demo to test in the near future. But as we've seen with other emulators, multiplayer mods are more than possible. As Cemu continues to advance in development, we're also continuing to see more mods and hacks being developed. With that thought, I'm actually pretty hopeful that we'll be testing this in the coming years, and whenever any of you have something interesting, please make sure to DM me in the Discord server. I'm really looking forward to it. I have hope that developers and modders within this community are inspired by the work of others and see the potential that lays before us. There's really so much that can be done here. This community is so talented. I really believe in you guys, especially when you work together. So let's see it become a fully realized mod. Guys, give me feedback. If you like this type of content, please let me know in the comments below. Give the video a like, and if you're not already subscribed, please do so. I have a lot of new ideas for different content on the way. Make sure to also hop into the Regenerate Discord server. We have a great community full of passionate members that just keeps on growing. It's really the place to be. So come join us and see what the community is really all about. That's all for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.